Miguel Rojas is one of those rare athletes whose legacy isn't built on towering home run totals or blistering exit velocities, but on something deeper, something quieter, something that often slips under the surface of highlight culture. His baseball story is one stitched together by resilience, selflessness, craftsmanship, and an unwavering belief in the value of doing things the right way, even when the world isn't watching. His path from Venezuela to the bright lights of Major League Baseball stands as a testament to persistence and patience, and the way he has turned small moments into lasting impact is part of what makes him one of the most respected figures in the sport. Rojas is the blueprint of a professional who refuses to let limitations define him, instead allowing effort and detail to sculpt a career built on dependability and trust. Born on February 24, 1989, in Los Teques, Venezuela, Miguel Rojas grew up in a place where baseball wasn't just a pastime. It was a heartbeat. Baseball was a language spoken in the streets, in backyards, on dusty fields carved into neighborhoods where kids played with taped-up balls and improvised gloves. For young Miguel, baseball wasn't simply something he enjoyed. It was woven into the fabric of life around him. He grew up admiring players who found ways to stand out not with raw power, but with instinct, intelligence, and defense. He gravitated toward the artistry of infield play, inspired by defensive wizards who seemed to turn routine grounders into poetry. The idea that precision could be just as valuable as power resonated with him early in life. But Rojas' journey to professional baseball wasn't glamorous. He wasn't a hyped prospect. He wasn't showered with accolades. Instead, he was overlooked, underestimated, and often dismissed. He signed with the Cincinnati Reds as an undrafted free agent in 2006, a quiet transaction that barely made a ripple. But for Miguel, that contract was an opening, not a guarantee, but a possibility. He entered professional baseball the same way he would approach every step of his career, with humility and an unshakable work ethic. He didn't try to be flashy, didn't try to dazzle with power he didn't have. He focused on what he could control: his glove, his instincts, his knowledge of the game, and a work ethic as relentless as the sun on a summer afternoon. In the minors, Rojas carved out a reputation not as a future superstar, but as a coach's dream. His glove was steady, his decision-making precise, his presence calming. He made the plays others couldn't. He read the field like a living map. And although his offensive numbers weren't eye-catching, his contributions were unmistakable to the people who mattered. He became the kind of player teammates adored: steady, reliable, selfless, and willing to do whatever the team needed. He earned respect the hard way, one rep at a time, one inning at a time, one day after another. In 2012, the Dodgers acquired him, unaware that they had just added a player who would eventually become a cornerstone of leadership culture. When Rojas made his MLB debut with Los Angeles in 2014, he wasn't the kind of rookie who walked in with headlines or expectations. But his defensive brilliance quickly became apparent. He made one of the most important plays of that Dodgers season, a difficult defensive stop that preserved Clayton Kershaw's no-hitter. It was a moment that introduced him to the broader baseball world, a moment that whispered the truth many within the organization already knew. Miguel Rojas wasn't here by accident. His move to the Miami Marlins in the D. Gordon trade could have been just another chapter in a career of utility roles and short stints. But instead, Miami became the place where Rojas found not only opportunity, but belonging. Over the next 9 years, he transformed from a defensive specialist into a team leader, a mentor, and eventually one of the faces of the franchise. He played multiple positions, offered stability during turbulent seasons, and became a guiding presence in a clubhouse filled with young players trying to navigate the challenges of professional baseball. He led by example, often quietly, often without fanfare, but always with purpose. Rojas' offensive game blossomed in Miami as well. He developed into a consistent contact hitter, a player who understood situational baseball, someone who could extend rallies, move runners, and deliver timely hits. His improvement wasn't an accident. It was earned through tireless work, batting cage sessions long after practice ended, and a commitment to maximizing every inch of his talent. He didn't transform into a slugger, nor did he chase numbers. Instead, he refined his craft, piece by piece, until he became a complete and dependable major leaguer. a testament to what discipline and understanding of one's abilities can build. But what truly made Miguel Rojas invaluable wasn't his stat line. It was his presence. He brought stability to a Marlins team that often lacked it. He became a translator for young Latin American players trying to adapt to life in the big leagues, not just on the field but off. He helped them navigate culture shock, language barriers, and the pressures of performing on the biggest stage. He was a mentor, a big brother, a bridge between generations of players. Managers trusted him. Teammates leaned on him. Fans loved him. He represented everything the Marlins wanted their identity to be built upon: effort, intelligence, and heart. When he returned to the Dodgers in 2023, it felt like a full-circle moment. The franchise where he debuted now welcoming him back as a veteran, a leader, and a seasoned professional whose experience could elevate an already talented roster. In Los Angeles, Rojas embraced a role that carried even more responsibility. He became a mentor to young players like Gavin Lux and Miguel Vargas, offering guidance not just on mechanics, but on the mindset needed to play winning baseball. He wasn't just a shortstop. He was an anchor, a presence capable of lifting others around him. Defensively, he returned to elite form, reminding everyone that he remained one of the sharpest, most instinctual infielders in the game. His footwork, timing, positioning, and ability to anticipate plays before they unfolded were still world-class. On a team filled with stars, Miguel Rojas remained the kind of player whose value transcended stat sheets. The player coaches trusted when the game was close, when a defensive stop could change everything, when the right decision mattered most. Miguel Rojas' leadership also extended beyond the lines of the field. He became a voice in the community, a player who embraced opportunities to give back, to connect with fans, to represent what it meant to be a Dodger. His humility made him approachable. His experience made him wise. His love for the game made him magnetic. He wasn't just playing baseball. He was carrying forward the values that shaped him from childhood: gratitude, precision, and respect. One of the most admirable aspects of Rojas' journey is how he turned setbacks into fuel. He never complained about limited playing time early in his career. He never complained when he struggled offensively. He never demanded attention. Instead, he stayed ready. He kept refining. He kept showing up every day with the same intensity. His career is a powerful reminder that greatness doesn't always roar. Sometimes, greatness is calm, steady, patient, and consistent. As his career has gone on, fans have grown to appreciate Miguel Rojas not just as a player, but as a symbol of something rare in sports. The world is full of talent, but heart, discipline, and loyalty are far less common. Rojas brought all of them. Whether he was turning double plays, fielding difficult hops, or offering advice to younger teammates, he played with the soul of someone who never forgot where he came from. And maybe that's the most beautiful part of his story. He remained grounded. He carried Venezuela with him. He carried his family with him. He carried every coach, every teammate, every moment of his journey in the way he approached the game. For over a decade, Miguel Rojas has been one of baseball's quiet treasures, a player whose greatness is measured not in headlines, but in impact. He proves that you don't need to be a superstar to be a leader. You don't need to hit towering home runs to be essential. You don't need to chase fame to leave a legacy. You simply need to care, to commit, and to embody what it means to play the game with integrity. And as his career continues, the respect surrounding his name only grows. Teammates know what he brings. Coaches know what he represents. Fans know what he gives every time he steps onto the field. Miguel Rojas is more than a shortstop. He is a professional in the purest sense of the word. Thank you for joining us for this tribute to Miguel Rojas, a player defined by resilience, leadership, and heart. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the journey of one of baseball's most respected veterans, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more long-form stories celebrating the athletes whose impact reaches far beyond the box score.